How's it going today? Hey, my name is ACN Archangel and welcome to a Redstone tutorial? That's right, guys. I actually made a Redstone thing and I'm so super proud of it, and you know what? There are many like it, but this one is mine and I did this one all by myself. I'm so super duper proud of myself. Even though it's like really not compact or probably good in any way, you know what? I built it alone. No tutorials, no help, nothing. Ground one, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So, in this shulker box here, this is the concept. Because in my world, my biggest problem right now is unloading shulker boxes after I go do a bunch of gathering, right? Because I would have like hoppers in the floor that go up into my item dropper, and then I would put the shulker box on the hopper here, and then I break the shulker box, and then it goes into the system, and then I have to go down and get it and wait for it to go through the whole thing. It sucks. It sucks a lot. So, this is my solution to that problem. So, as you can see in this shulker box here, we got 16 block of quartz. So, I'm going to show you, this is a mass shulker box unloader. So, what you want to do is you come up here, and you put, let's say we have 10 shulker boxes, so let's put 9. And then you take the other shulker box, after the rest are all loaded into the system, and you place it on this hopper here, like so. And then the concept is that it's going to unload the shulker box, and when it's done unloading the shulker box, it'll send the items over here, or up into your item dropper, or whatever, wherever you want. And then it'll push your shulker boxes off into this hopper right here, and then this line will fire, which shoots this dropper right here and puts your shulker box into this chest, thus not leaving it in the dropper. So, yeah, it's fairly compact. It could be better, obviously, but, I mean, it's not bad for a first time thing. So, now we got most of our shulker boxes in here, right? A few times you'll get, like, I think it happened to me once out of every 2 double chests. You would get, like, a shulker box in here mixed with your items, but it's a lot less often than you get your shulker boxes outputted right here. And I definitely want something like this installed in my base because, holy man, this thing is so useful. And I honestly love just watching it go. See, so there was the last one. So there you go. All of our items in that chest or that output right there. And all 10 of our shulker boxes back here, empty, ready to go, ready to put more stuff in them and come back and unload them once again. So let's get into the tutorial, guys. I hope I do it right because I've only built this thing once. So it's going to be interesting. Let's go check it out. So I have a shulker box here filled with everything you'll need. The stripped dark oak are just my floor blocks, and you don't need too many. It all kind of depends on how you want to decorate. Same with the oak stairs. I just have about a rough estimate about how much it'll take you. The light blue concrete is what I use to build my redstone on. You only need about 32, but I mean, you may as well have a stack with you, right? So that's exactly what you need, so let's get into the build here. So I'm going to start by building this up a little bit, because just so there's room to show you guys. So we're going to start by making a 2x4 floor. So I'm going to do my fancy little floor trick here just to make it look all nice and fancy and pretty. Like so. And then you're going to want your chests and your droppers. You're going to want to place your droppers here and here. And then you're going to want to place your chests on top of those. Like so. Then you're just going to want to grab your hoppers, your last 2 chests, your dispenser, and your piston. And you're going to want to come around the back here, and you're going to want to put a hopper facing into each of those droppers there. And then you're going to want to put 2 hoppers facing into that hopper right there. And then you're going to want to come and grab your piston. And if you're looking towards your build and you got your chest like this, your piston is going to be on your right hand side on this hopper right here. And then we're going to put a temporary block right there. I'm just going to use a piston because that's what I got in my hand. And we're going to put a dispenser facing down that way. Make sure it's a dispenser. This cannot be a dropper. This has to be a dispenser. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to put a hopper into the dispenser there. And this is going to be our input chest of all of our loaded shulker boxes. And we're going to put hopper facing in like that. And we need to put redstone up on top of this dispenser here. So we're going to put our chest on this hopper set here like that. So you're going to have something that should look a little bit like this. To start off the redstone, we're going to want to come around the back here, and we're going to need to take a signal away from the shulker box, because that's what we're focusing around, right? And I hear you saying, but Archangel, you take comparator outputs from full shulker boxes, and you're right. So what we need to do is we need to run it into a block and put that block into a torch. And that's going to basically invert our signal. So now we can basically do what we were going to do before, but not have to worry about the shulker being loaded or unloaded, because it's exactly what we want it to be. So on top of this torch, we're going to place a block, because that's the block that's going to get powered. And we're going to put 2 blocks over like that. And we're going to put a block of redstone dust right there. And then we're going to put a repeater here. We're going to set it to 2 ticks, because we want the dispenser here. We want the dispenser to fire after the piston. So the piston takes 1 tick, right? And then we want the piston to tick and then pull away, which is 1 tick. And then on the second tick, we want the shulker box to come out. So that's why we have the 2 tick delay right there. And then we want a piece of redstone just right on top there, just so our dispenser gets powered. So if we would have had a shulker box in there or something in there, that powered would have shot it out, right? And then this part is going to run into what the redstoners, I'm not going to say we redstoners because that's just not true, the redstoners call a monostable circuit. So initially I had this running out into 2 monostable circuits, and it was just a bad time. So we're going to take an output from the initial redstone that we have on top of that torch there, and then we're going to put a sticky piston here facing up, and then that's going to power up, that's fine. And we're going to put a block on top of that like so, and then we're going to take a repeater output away from that like that. Okay, now what's next is to hook up our piston and our dropper. So we want to put a block right there, and then a temporary block, and then a block, and break that block out. And this repeater goes into this block, which is going to power that redstone dust right there. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come over here, and you're going to be able to see this block that you're putting right here, but it is going to have redstone on it. So if you want it to be like part of your wall or something, make sure you make it as part of your wall, okay? And then you're going to want to come out all the way to this block right here, and then you're going to want to come and make it like a little big of an L shape. Or if you want to compact it a little more, you could even do something fancy like that, as long as you avoid the torch there, which is going to be your problem. And we want the piston on a 1 tick, so we're just going to run redstone straight into the piston. Okay, just like that. Okay, so this side is slightly more complicated than the other side, but not by too much. I'll explain it as we go along here. So starting on the side of this dropper, we want to put a block, and we want to run a line towards our output up here. So we'll do it like that. And the only tricky part about this is we need to put a repeater into this mix, because the reason I make it tricky is because I don't want any shulker boxes left in this dropper, right? So I want them to all end up in this chest. So on tick 1, the piston fires and puts the shulker box in there, okay? And then on tick 2, the dispenser fires a shulker box, and the shulker box in this hopper comes into this hopper. And then on redstone tick 3, it goes from this hopper into this dropper here, and then on redstone tick 4, it'll shoot from the dropper into the chest, which means we need a repeater right beside the hopper, and you want to make sure you put it right beside the hopper so you don't lock the hopper when the redstone comes through. And we want to set that to 4 ticks. And then we're just going to do the same as we did on the other side and run our redstone straight into the output right there. Also, real quick here, guys, I'm going to do a little mini tutorial here for you for this dropper, because as you saw over there, it was a little bit different and it wasn't connected to this system. And the reason for that is because if there's a lot of items in here, you're going to want them all to dispense. So we're going to make an AutoDropper system. So this is very, very simple. You'll see me use this all the time. So I'll teach you how to make it right here. So we're going to want to take a comparator output from the dropper, and that's going to go into a block right there like so. And then that's going to come down into a block, and we're going to place redstone dust on those 2 blocks like that. And then we're going to put a block up on top like that, disconnecting those redstones. And then we're going to put a block up here And then we're going to put 2 blocks there like that, so you have something that looks a little bit like this. And remember, there's redstone hidden underneath there, right there. And then we're going to put another comparator right here, and another little blot of redstone dust here. And then you're going to need a block you're going to be able to see behind this chest. So again, if you want it like this block right here, where you're going to see it for part of your wall, make sure it's part of your wall. And then we're going to put a block there, and that's it. So whatever you put in the dropper here now is going to get deposited right into the chest. So if we put 16 redstone in there, oh, we have to put that on subtract mode. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that. So now all of these 16 will drop up into the chest, no problem like that. Now just to test it out and make sure it's working. So we have a shulker box here with 16 of my favorite block in there, 16 smooth quartz. We're gonna try to get a whole stack out of it. So we're gonna put 3 shulker boxes in there, and we're gonna put a shulker box here, and we're gonna watch the system, and we're gonna hope that it does what I want it to do. This should be the last one. And there she is. And there's all my smooth quartz. Perfect. Everything works. So now, if you want to decorate it a little bit, you want to grab yourself some, I just use stairs. You can use whole blocks if you so feel. But oh, I used oak to give it a bit more of texture, right? But I use stairs just because stairs are really easy around chests, and you're still going to see some of the redstone, but you can kind of hide it a little bit like this if you do something kind of like this, and then you bring this over here, kind of like that, and you can hide the piston there like that if you want to. You can put a block up like right here if you want, because you're gonna see this. So like if you have your wall block here, you can put a block up there and kind of try to hide some of the gaps if you so feel. Like that. You just got to make sure your hoppers are open there. So you are going to see this little bit, but then you can kind of hide most of the redstone there. And that's that, guys. That's a working shulker unloader. But before I go, I think I'm actually going to show you guys how to extend it, because you know what? As a builder, having this be 4 blocks long is not okay. Oh no. Oh no. So I'm going to show you how to expand it to 5 blocks real quick, okay? Okay, guys, so to expand this to 5 wide for you builders out there, you're going to need a little bit more resources. So there's your floor plan right there. So what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to put your dropper on this middle block right here instead, and you're going to want to put your chest right here, like so. And that's just for decoration purposes, so you can connect up all of your fancy stairs, and kind of hide your redstone if you want. You can put like your wall block right there. So let's show you how we do the redstone here. So the redstone is pretty much the same as before. We're going to run 2 more hoppers into there like that, and then you're going to need 3 more repeaters for this, because I did some learning about timings, and timings are interesting. So we're going to run the line out from our dropper right there, like before. We're going to have a redstone dust there. We're going to have a repeater set to 1 tick, and then we're going to have 3 repeaters all set to 4 ticks. Like that. Right after, one all after another. And then we're just going to hook this up to our redstone again. Like that. There we go. And that's it. And that's just how you make it 5 wide. It's pretty simple. So if we come over here and we grab our shulker box that has our 16 smooth quartz in it, the prettiest block in all of Minecraft. We'll put 3 in there, and we'll use this last one to load it, and we will empty our inventory completely, and we'll hopefully see this system work. So here's our 4th box. Should be being pushed out any second there. There we go. So we should have a full stack of smooth quartz in here and 4 shulker boxes. Perfect. It works. And that's how you do it, guys. That's how you build the Archangel Shulker Unloader. If you guys like this video, please leave a comment. Please leave a like. It will really help me with my channel. It'll really help me get to know what you guys like from me and what you guys want from me and all sorts of stuff. So please stop in the comments, say hi. Any criticisms, let me know how I'm doing. All sorts of stuff. Just say hi, you know, how's it going, Archangel? I liked the video. Just, you know, something. I would appreciate it a lot. Take care, guys. Stay awesome. and I'll see you in the next episode. Later!